Hey, welcome back. It's a quiet night here in New York, the kind where the city's usual hum feels distant, and you can almost see the stars. I was looking up at them just before I came in, thinking about how vast and silent that ocean of darkness really is, and how, for one young man, that silence was broken by something he could not explain, something that, moments later, swallowed him whole. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. Tonight, we're going to the skies over the Bass Strait in Australia, to October 21st, 1978, to the final, chilling words of a 20-year-old pilot named Frederick Valentich. Frederick was passionate about flying. He'd saved up, earned his private pilot's license, and that evening, he was on a training flight from Melbourne down to King Island, a route over a stretch of water known for its rough, unpredictable weather. He was flying a single-engine Cessna 182, a small, reliable aircraft. The sky was clear. It should have been routine. At 7:06 p.m., Frederick radioed Melbourne Air Traffic Control. He reported an unidentified aircraft about 1,000 feet above him, with 4 bright landing lights. The controller, Steve Roby, scanned the radar. There was nothing. No other aircraft in the area. None scheduled. Roby asked Frederick to identify the craft. And this is where the tone shifts. Frederick's voice, initially professional, begins to tighten. He says the object is now orbiting above him, that it's not an aircraft, it's long, and it's glowing green. He describes it as metallic, with a shiny surface. And then he says the words that have been analyzed for decades. It's hovering, and it's not an aircraft. The controller, understandably skeptical, suggests it might be a mirage or another plane. But Frederick is insistent. He's watching this thing. It's pacing him. At one point, he reports, with a tremor in his voice, that the object has vanished. Then, a moment later, it's back. Not just back, it's positioned directly overhead, and it seems to be mirroring his movements. His fear becomes palpable over the crackling radio. He says the engine of his Cessna is starting to rough idle, to choke. And then, the final transmission. 17 seconds of open microphone. A strange, metallic, rhythmic scraping sound. And then silence. Absolute, unbroken silence. Frederick Valentich and his Cessna were never seen again. An extensive air and sea search found nothing. Not a piece of wreckage. Not a life jacket. Nothing. So what happened? Let's walk through the possibilities. The official investigation leaned towards the idea of a tragic accident fueled by disorientation. Frederick was a relatively inexperienced pilot, flying over water at night. The Bass Strait is notorious for creating visual illusions. Could he have become fixated on a planet? Venus and Mars were both bright in the sky that night. Could he have, in a state of growing spatial confusion, accidentally put his plane into a dive while staring at a celestial body, and the final metallic sound was the engine tearing itself apart? It's a plausible, sober explanation. Many aviators have been lost to such illusions. But then, you have to contend with his testimony. The specific, detailed description of a structured craft, long, metallic, with green light, orbiting him. The reported effect on his engine, a common trope in UFO encounters. That bizarre final sound, which some audio analysts have described as mechanical, but utterly unidentifiable. And the complete lack of debris. Planes that crash into water, even in deep seas, almost always leave something behind. A seat cushion, a piece of the wing, something. Frederick's Cessna simply vanished. Then there's the more human layer of mystery. Frederick was fascinated by UFOs. He'd discussed disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle with his father. Was he primed to see something extraordinary? Did that expectation, mixed with the genuine disorientation of a night flight, create a perfect storm of panic? Or does his interest simply make him a more credible witness, someone who'd studied the phenomenon and knew what he was looking at? I have to tell you, as an engineer, my mind always goes to the physical evidence first. The lack of debris is the biggest data point for me. It's an outlier. In a world governed by physics, objects don't just cease to exist. They break apart, they scatter, they sink, but they leave a trace. The absence of a trace is, in itself, a powerful piece of data. It suggests a conclusion that wasn't a simple impact with the water. And as a storyteller, I'm gripped by the profound loneliness of that recording. A young man, alone in a tiny capsule of light, surrounded by dark water and darker sky, reporting the impossible to a calm voice on the ground who cannot help him. The terror isn't in a monster's roar. It's in the creeping realization that the rules of your reality are no longer applying, that the sky itself has become hostile. His final "it's not an aircraft" is a statement of utter paradigm shift. In that moment, he wasn't just a pilot with a problem. He was a human being confronting the complete unknown. This case stays with me because it lives in that uncomfortable space between a clear-cut mystery and a profound human tragedy. We want answers. We want to know if Frederick Valentich was the victim of a mundane accident, his last moments tragically misunderstood, or if he was a witness to something that, for reasons we cannot fathom, chose to interact, that chose to silence him. His disappearance is a permanent question mark etched into aviation history, a reminder that our maps still have edges and our understanding has limits, that sometimes the only evidence left behind is a voice, etched onto magnetic tape, describing the thing that is about to take you away. Thank you for listening to this archive of the unexplained. If this story resonated with you, if it made you look at the night sky a little differently, please share this episode with someone. Your sharing is what allows us to keep investigating these mysteries. For more episodes, make sure you're subscribed to the Unexplained Archive wherever you get your podcasts. This is Ibnul J. Farabi from Light Not Studios. Until next time, keep wondering.